Hello and welcome to Dickinson's Real Deal. On this show, I help members of the public get the very best price for their antiques and valuables. I give them a choice. Sit down with one of our regular dealers.
Lovely quality.
It has got a hallmark, it's got a sterling mark.
They're going to try and tempt you with a cash offer on the table today.
£70. Is that more tempting?
Now, if it's thought there's not enough money on the table and you want that little bit more, I may advise you to put the goods into a local auction.
69 minutes, 60, 70.
It's a bit of a gamble, but if it's worth a gamble, it's worth a go. Today, the show comes to you from Coventry. There's a nice crowd of people here. They brought along their treasures. You know why. They want to walk away with the real deal.
It's the first deal of the day and something curious sits on Cheryl's table.
Hello, Helen.
Hello.
Tell me what you've brought along today.
2 pictures, very old, very unusual, and 2 frames.
And how did you come to own these?
I bought them at a jumble sale.
These are Custodians. I don't
Yes.
know if that word rings a
Yes.
bell. Okay. So it's not just a photograph or a print. We've got the glass here on the front. There's a negative that's laid onto the glass, and then it's been painted by the artist in colours, as you can see here, the red
Yes.
of the rug. Probably there maybe will have been some more colours, but over the years these fade. This one, there's literally no colour at all. Probably her dress may have been a peachy pink colour. And this was a very fashionable thing in the late 1890s, early 1900s. It was a modern twist to people that had oil paintings. Were very, very collectible. Not quite as collectible now. Big problem, the frames. I can't believe the state of these frames, and the Custodians have stayed perfect.
Yeah.
So if you sold them to me today, what would you do with the cash, Helen?
I would go up to the north of Scotland, which is home, up by John O'Groats. I pay my train fare and a sleeper.
So you'll be expecting a decent price?
Yes.
Well, I'll do my best. I'll get some cash out. Okay. So 10, 20, 30, £40.
That wouldn't get me to Crewe.
You're looking for a bit more?
Yes.
50.
That would get me to Carlisle. And that's not halfway.
I know, it's a long way. I'm going to take that one away. £60, Helen.
That would get me to Edinburgh.
I tell you what I think, Helen. This is not the best time in the world to sell Custodians. They used to be a lot more money 10 years ago, but
yes.
I think they're worth a little bit more than 60 quid. I would have thought, in fairness, they must be worth close to 100 quid the pair. But on saying that, there is some damage to the frames. Restoration is so expensive, so it might even be cheaper to put them into a simple frame or just sell the Custodians without a frame. I think they're probably worth a bit more than that, and they are worth a gamble at auction, unless Tarzan and Jane, I was looking at the outfit. Oh, blimey. She needs to put a little bit more money on the table, otherwise, take a gamble, go to auction. We'll look after you.
Well, Helen, shall I pop a bit more down and see what you think, see if we can tempt you?
Yeah, see how far it gets me.
So we've got 60 down there. I'm going to pop another 20, 80. Does that get you further than
That gets me to
Edinburgh?
Inverness.
Well, I don't agree with David. The damage worries me, but I'm going to put another 10 down, making it £90 in cash, Helen. What would you like to do?
I'll take it.
You're going to take the
Yes.
cash. And so we have a deal.
Thank you.
So now you can tell me, what did you pay for them at the jumble sale?
10p.
10p?
Yes.
Well done, Helen. That's a profit and a half. Now, what's going on at Alison's table? Something off the cuff?
Well, Jackie, these are yours, are they?
They are.
You don't normally see them like this, do you?
What do you mean?
Well, they normally come with pink, fluffy bits on.
Yes.
Well, there you go. And how did you come by them?
I bought them at auction. I just thought they were different because we've got a Victorian property and I've got them hanging in the kitchen.
Why do you keep them in the kitchen?
Because I've got all different sort of kitchenaire and different things hanging up in there. I like things that are different, just hanging up.
They're quite hard, aren't they, to open and shut?
Well, I've
You
never
have to
opened
have-
them. I didn't even. I was trying to turn them, do this, and do that. I never ever knew how to open them.
So you've got to have the technique.
Right, you would know.
I do know, actually, yes. It's got a spring key.
Right.
Do you see that pulls out?
Yeah.
And presumably they'd have been used. See, they still have a function today, really.
Yeah.
I'm worried about actually putting them on in case we don't get them off. That'd be rather awful, wouldn't it? I'd have to buy them then, wouldn't I?
Yes.
Yeah, I would think they're eminently saleable. They're a bit of fun, aren't they?
Yeah.
And I'm sure we can find a good home for them. So I should get the money out and see if I can go home with them. So there's 20, 40. What does the raising of eyebrows mean?
I was hoping for a little bit more than that.
What, 45?
50.
Okay, do you want to meet me halfway, 45?
Yeah, okay then. That'll be fine.
Sure.
Yeah, that'll be fine.
We've got a deal.
Okay.
Thanks
Thank you.
very much.
Well, that was a saucy little deal. No such goings on at John's table, I'm sure.
Hello, I'm John, and you
Hello,
are?
I'm Kath.
Kath. Hello, Kath.
Hello.
Well, you've brought a very interesting looking object
Yes,
today,
indeed.
haven't you?
Yes.
It's tea caddy, of course, in the shape of a pear. And these were made out of pear wood when they were made. Can I ask you where you got it from?
I bought it at an auction about 25 years ago.
Right.
Yeah.
And how much did you pay for it?
Well, I'm not letting you know yet.
You're not going to let me know
No.
yet. Right. Yes, well, these were made in the 19th century in the shape of apples and pears and melons and things like that. And when you turn it over, the base does look old, but I'm afraid it's not old. It's reproduction. And a lot of these were made in India in the last sort of 20 years, and they actually sort of fake the wear on the bottom. And if we open it up, you can see this sort of black interior that they've stained with almost like a bitumen. And the original ones had a lead foil in there. And you can always tell the reproduction ones because they have this sort of painted interior. And so I hope you didn't buy it as an antique.
I bought it as a pair because I liked it.
You like the object.
Absolutely.
But-
Yes.
Well, the good news is that you like it.
I did, yes.
And it's attractive, so you enjoy it. The bad news is it's not worth very much money at all,
Oh.
I'm afraid to say.
Oh.
It really isn't worth much more than about £20. So I hope you didn't pay a lot of money for it. Well, I'm going to put some money down, as you can imagine, it's not going to be very much at all. And it's what I said, £20.
£20.
And that is my final offer.
Ooh.
I know it's a very low offer. So are you going to take the offer, or would you like to put it in auction?
I should put it in auction.
Well, I wish you every bit of luck in the auction.
Thank you.
Well, now, are you going to tell me how much you paid for it 20 years ago?
Yes, £250.
£250 20 years ago. That was a lot of money. And it's a shame because you bought a reproduction, which in those days would probably have only cost £5 or £6. So it's always wise, if you're spending that sort of kind of money, to really try and find out if it is a genuine antique. It's a great shame, but
But I
let's
learned a
hope-
good lesson.
But you've learnt a lesson and you've enjoyed it for
I
20
have.
years.
Yes, indeed.
So anyway, once again, best of luck in the
Okay,
auction.
thank you.
£20, £20, £5.
What a horrible shock for Catherine. But perhaps you can get the real deal on this fake at auction.
Now, Catherine, you brought along a novelty reproduction, a fruitwood tea caddy. When I saw it come through the door, I thought, blimey, she's brought in a Georgian tea caddy. They're worth quite a few thousands of pounds. But this example probably was from about 1980 and was a reproduction. Very beautifully done, but not the real thing. Did you think it was an antique when you bought it?
Yes.
Well, to the untrained eye, it's very easy to make a mistake. So, as I always say, inspect, inspect and inspect when you go to the auction. Remember, when the gavel goes down, like Catherine, the item belongs to yourself. Now, you've decided to gamble, you now know the truth, you now know it's a reproduction. The reserve is £60. I'm afraid Catherine is going to lose some money. How much money? Let's find out, coming up now.
Right, we go to 1, 2, 5. The novelty fruitwood tea caddy, £20 to start.
Hands in the air. If it was a real one, it would be thousands of pounds.
£40, 45,
Come on, keep going.
Come on,
Oh, yes.
come on.
£50, 55, and 55, 55, 55. We're one off. One of you come at 60.
Oh, yes, come on in.
My bottom lip going down. £60, £60. We're
£60. We're at £60. We're at the
You're
reserve.
at 60. Sold at 60. Yours it is. Thank you.
So £60. And we have a little bit of commission to take off that. You're going home with £51. Are you happy?
Very.
On the day, Catherine's happy. She's going home with £51. I think because it was a repro, it was a good deal. It was the real deal. Welcome back to Dickinson's Real Deal from Coventry.
Kevin, hello, welcome to the show.
Now our Cheryl's face to face with Beswick specialist David. Who'll keep their pride on this deal, I wonder?
You're a collector, why have you brought them along today? Why are they leaving your collection?
I've got rather a lot of Beswick in my cabinet, and I thought, oh, it's my chance to thin it out a little bit.
Okay. Tell me, because with you being the collector and the specialist, is this a rare pride?
Yeah, on other tigers or lions, the faces are not painted. These are a bit more rare because
They've got the detail, like the little spots here where the whiskers are,
Yeah.
and what on the male lion,
Yeah.
the teeth
Teeth.
and things. So that's quite an unusual thing.
unusual thing.
So
yeah.
another collector would want to own these then for that little bit of detail.
Yeah.
As with any collectible china, the condition is, of the utmost importance. And looking at these seem absolutely perfect.
Oh.
I'm sure you as a collector have checked them over,
Yeah, I
no
have, yeah.
restoration.
They've been in my cabinet and not moved, not moved out of there for about 10 years.
I'm going to get some cash out. See what you think. It's always hard buying off a collector because it's like letting a little bit of your personal collection go. So
Yeah.
see what you think. Right, 20, 40, 60, 80, £100.
Close.
Well, I've come in at this stage, Kevin, because you obviously know your Beswick. From my point of view, I think that, Cheryl, is a very good offer. And I think it's a sound offer, and if it was me, I'd probably take that. But there again, I'm not a major Beswick collector. You are a collector of Beswick and you know your stuff. And I'm going to say it's out of my depth here because Beswick collectors continually surprise me.
Well, I wasn't going to mess you about because I didn't want to insult your intelligence because you're the specialist and you're the collector, so there was no point in messing you around. So £100 in cash, the choice is yours.
Is that your final offer?
That's my final offer.
Okay.
Okay, do we have a deal?
Deal.
Great, thank you. Bit more room in the cabinet now.
Oh yes, a lot more.
Right, from a pride of lions to a couple of unhappy-looking piggies on Tim's table.
Hi, Alan.
Hi.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
And you've brought Royal Doulton Flambe pigs.
Yeah.
Can you tell me a little bit about how you acquired them?
They're my grandparents. My nan and granddad's been collecting them for as far back as I can remember. And my nan's looking at downsizing now to do a bit of landscaping in the back garden.
Right. So she's given you a few items to sell for her.
Yes.
Right. And do you like this?
I do like the pigs. They're quite nice and unusual.
Yeah. This is arranged what they call flambe, which flambe basically means that it's fired to a really high temperature, but it's signed there by Noak, who is probably the best, you know, sort of painter and maker of things like this. Charles Noak, they call him. There's a couple of little scratches on it, which will probably hold it back a little bit. Reasonable size piece of flambe as well. Just really, money. Have you got any idea of what you want for it, Alan?
I've got a rough idea of the valuation. Yeah.
£50, Alan.
No, it's worth a lot more than that.
Right. A lot more.
Yeah.
£100.
No, it's worth still a lot more than that.
Right. £120.
No.
No?
No, it's just...
£140, Alan.
No.
No?
Not even tempted.
Not even tempted?
No.
Even the pigs don't look impressed with that, Tim.
If I put another 50 quid in there, that's £190.
No, it still wouldn't tempt me, no.
If I took those away for the same colour, £200.
No, it still wouldn't tempt me.
£220, Alan. No?
No.
You're hard work. I don't know if I want to pay any more than that for it, really, I have to say. We'll put that then, £240.
No, I think I'm going to take it to auction.
You're going to go to
That's
auction?
your last offer, yeah.
It is really, yeah, it's where I want to be with it.
Okay.
So, thank you for bringing it along and good luck at the auction.
Okay, thank you.
Well, the pigs have trotted their way to the auction, but without Alan, who couldn't make it. Never mind, the Duke will look after them.
Now, on the dealer's day, Alan brought along a Royal Doulton Flambe figure group, desirable, interesting and collectible. There's a reserve of £350. Is it going to make it?
I'm in at 330. 330, bid with me. 330, 330, 330, 350, 350.
350, is that the reserve? 380, 400?
450, 480, 500, 520.
500, 520? 520 going to the telephone.
No, 520 in the room, sold at 520. Your bid's up.
So £520. I have to say, that has taken my breath away. £520. I make that about £440. It's coming to you. I know you're going to be delighted. You made the right decision by turning down the 240 from Tim Hogarth. Believe you me, that was the real deal.
Right, let's head back into the dealer's den.
Hello, I'm John, and you are?
John.
You're another John. Oh,
Yeah,
hi, John.
nice to meet you.
Yes, and you. And I see you've brought a bronze plaque, which is of a rather religious nature.
Yeah.
And where did you get it from?
I used to visit a market in Birmingham
Yes.
quite regularly, and I bought it off a stall there. I was friendly with the lady that run the stall. It was just an ordinary bric-a-brac stall, but she knew that I was a churchgoer, and she just thought I'd be interested in it. So.
And how long have you had it then?
Probably about 10 years.
About 10 years. And of course, I think this is actually a Greek Orthodox.
Yes.
And I've been trying to work out what it was, whether it was in a frame or whether it was on a grave or on a wall.
Yes.
It's rather heavy, so I think it's almost too heavy to have been in a frame. And I think it may have been on a tomb or...
Yes.
How it came to end up in Birmingham is a bit of a mystery.
Yeah.
It's not a very commercial item.
No.
I'm going to put some money down, but it's not going to be a great deal. 20, £30.
I think I'd like a little bit more than that, if possible.
Well, it won't be very much more, but I would go another tenner. 40 would be it. That's my final offer. So do you want to go to the auction route, or would you like to do a deal?
I think I'll do a deal.
You're going to take the deal?
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Deal.
Welcome back to Dickinson's Real Deal from Coventry.
Hello, my name's Alison.
Hello.
And your name is?
Ruth.
Ruth. And this is your brooch?
Yes.
Lovely. And how did it come to be yours?
Well, it's been in the family for as long as I can remember. My mother gave it to me years ago and told me that what I think is the story behind it, that it's Victorian and it was originally part of a necklace that got broken up, and the various bits and pieces were made into brooches to spread around the family.
That I would completely agree with. So that would have probably been a collar. And that did happen quite a lot. Okay, well, the work around here is early. So what you've got here is an early Victorian piece set onto a much later brooch. But the only thing that I object to is the fact that the pearl's slightly off-centre. Do you see that?
Yes, I have noticed that, yes.
I've got to be honest,
Yes.
it offends my eye. I keep wanting to push it over. Do you find the same?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, so not that I like to criticise it. There is a slight bit of damage up here to the garnet itself. That's been dropped at some time. So it's interesting, really.
Yeah.
Right, well, I shall put some money on the table. 20. 40. 60.
Okay. I was hoping for a little more than that.
I wouldn't want to pay more for it, and the one reason is the fact that the pearl is off-centre.
If the independent valuer has said the lower end is 70, would you
Yes,
be
I-
prepared to put another 10 there and you can have it?
I would love to help you out and do that, but I'm not prepared to. I'm at my top end. I would have been happier and more confident about it if I could have walked away with that piece for around the £50 mark. See, so you are. I know it's close, but you're on your own here, Ruthie baby. I'm not going to help you. It's £60 an auction.
Okay. I'm going to let you have the brooch and I'll take your money.
We've got a deal.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ruth.
Thank you.
Oh, she's a tough one, is our Alison. Will Tim be as tough with Lynn's silver teapot?
You're selling off the family silver, Lynn?
Yes.
Can you tell me a little bit about its history, how you acquired it?
Yeah, I believe it's been in the family a couple of generations. It's actually on my husband's side.
Are you very posh?
No.
Because you use a silver teapot.
No, we've never used it ourselves.
You've never used it? Well, shame
No,
on you.
I
Lynn.
know, it's been wrapped up in a box and we've just moved house and we've come across it again and...
Wow. Right, so we've got the hallmark here.
Right.
Sheffield hallmark.
Right.
My neck of the woods.
Oh, right.
Very well.
Handy.
1929. And when we open the teapot, the hallmark is there as well.
Oh, yes.
And that's because that is made in two separate parts. So each piece of the silver has to be hallmarked separately.
Right.
Handle is ebony. That's ebony. It's in a George III style.
Right.
I don't think there's a great deal other than that I can tell you. You've picked a very
Right.
good time to sell it as well.
Oh, right.
Very, very good time, because 12 months ago, silver was probably trading, well, it was, not probably, it was trading at about £5 an ounce.
Right.
And it's gone up, and it's gone up, and it's gone up. So you've picked definitely the right time. Right, 50, 100, 150, 200, £50.
I must admit I got a rough figure in mind, and it is a bit more than what you're offering me.
What about £300? What do you think then?
I think I'll accept your very kind offer.
That's fabulous.
Thank you.
Hello, Chris. Welcome to the show.
Hello.
Now, they say beauty is in the eye of the beholder, but what will Cheryl think of Chris's painting?
Tell me about your painting.
I bought it from an art dealer over the internet. Bought it about 3 years ago. I did some research, and by sheer luck I found out that it's actually by André Lemaitre. He's exhibited all over the world, and he's even exhibited at the Louvre in Paris. And now he has his own museum in Normandy, in Flambe, his hometown in France.
The thing that's worrying me, I've got the feeling that you obviously rate this painting, or you think that it's worth a great deal of money.
Yes.
I would want to do my own research, which I don't quite have time to do this minute.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I'd maybe like to call David in for a bit of a helping hand, if that's okay.
Yeah, of course.
So David, what do you think?
Well, I've heard what you said. André Lemaitre, he's listed. Some of his pictures have brought realistic prices. Now, what I'm going to say is this. This has been in a country sale room before on 2 occasions. That's right, isn't it?
Yes.
It was in at a price and it failed. And you lowered the estimate and it was in again and it failed. It is now £200 to £300 with our independent valuers and our auctioneer. And I think probably that's about where it will be. The question is the image appealing? I don't find this image myself particularly appealing.
Me neither.
So it's not something that I would buy, and unless you feel you've got a chance to sell it and make a profit, walk away from it. And in that case, I will see you and André Lemaitre at the auction.
As a gamble, I probably know what you're going to say. There's £100 in cash.
In that case, then it'll go to auction.
You're going to go to auction.
Yeah.
So fingers crossed, and hopefully it will do well for you on the day.
Cheers.
Nice to meet you.
Thank you.
Now, is it going to be a case of third time lucky at auction for the picture? Even Chris isn't so sure. He's left David to it.
I already gathered from my conversation with him that he'd bought this picture on the internet. He'd had it in several sales, always a little bit optimistic with the reserve, and it's never quite sold. The reserve is £200. Now the question is, has he over-egged it again? Is it worth £200? We're about to find out. It's coming up now.
Oil on board, lot 185. Nothing on my book, starting at 180, 150, £100. £100, 100.
It's at 100, what Cheryl offered.
130, 140, 140, I'm better, 140, 140, 100.
Slow down now.
140, 150, 140. Anyone coming? No interest, no bid, not sold.
Gavel has gone down, £140. It's been passed. It didn't make its reserve of £200. So on another occasion, Chris, I'm sorry, mate, you've just over-egged it. The best deal was the real deal with Cheryl Halteney at £100 in cash. You should have taken it, mate.
Welcome back to Dickinson's Real Deal from Coventry. Betty's brought a chunk of silverware to Alison's table, and it's caught the eyes of the Duke and auctioneer Richard Winterton. Always a good sign for a big money deal.
Now, Richard, a great looking lot this. I spotted this coming in the hall, and I thought to myself, wow, that's an eye-popping lot. My first thought was, fingers crossed, was it silver? It's not silver, Richard, it's silver plate.
Yes, it's silver plate, Walker Hall. It's typical 1880s in date, and it's a wonderful thing.
You brought in this piece.
I have.
Can you tell me a bit about it?
Well, my mum always used to have it on a sideboard and things, and then when she died, I took it home and I used to have it on for show and things.
Do you know anything about the fact that it was dropped?
Well, my daughter looked after it once while I went on holiday.
Ah, yes.
And I think something dropped on that little bit at the top, you mean?
Yes. There's a dent here
And
a
one
dent there.
I think she used to have something big on the wall, and I think that dropped on it.
What do you think it is? Is it a classical urn to be used as an urn, as pure decoration on a sideboard or a mantelpiece? Would it have been one of a pair, do you think? Or is it a wine cooler? What do you think?
I think it's definitely probably one as a pair. It's a wine cooler, I think, isn't it? That's what we're going for, wine cooler. But it's just a decorative piece that would have sat on the sideboard, and it's just wonderful.
It's a great lot. It's a lot that probably should go to auction. It's showy, and I think it will attract the crowd within the sale room. But we've got a dealer here who likes quality items. What's Alison going to put on the table? Well, let's find out.
So I suppose you want to see the colour of my money, don't you?
Oh, yes, please.
OK, well, there's 50.
Yep.
100. 200. 300. 400.
No.
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 That sounds a very definite no. You're sitting there with a price in mind, aren't you? Are you going to share that with me?
No.
Are you sure you don't want to share
just
that?
keep putting a few more of them orange ones down.
You like those, do you?
I've never had them before.
Have you not?
No.
Oh, and, you know, they smell delicious. Did you know that?
What do you think about that? £400? Low.
I was expecting it to come in heavy like this early on, yeah.
500. I'm actually pretty near where I'm going to stop here, Betty, because of the damage. I'll slip another 50 down, 550.
No, I think it's worth a bit more than that.
Betty, I've come in here because I think we're at a crucial stage. Presuming you're really at the end of your tether there, you're not going to put any more.
I was at the end at 5.
OK, fine. OK, so we now have a choice. I think there's a chance of doing better than that. But it's a bit of a gamble.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yes,
how do you feel?
Yes, I suppose it could go to auction.
OK. I think the dealer is looking at it as a commercial proposition. Remember, that's the dealer's own money. Business is not the easiest at the moment, so
no,
they've got to be more careful.
I know she's got to make a profit as well.
OK. I'm going to say, give it a shot, let's get to auction, and let's just see if we can get a nice few quid.
Thank you.
There, yeah, so you'd like to go to auction?
Yes, I think so, please.
I hope you do very well with it.
Hope so, and I hope people, you know, love it as much as I do. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Sold at 5. 20.
I've got two fabulous girls here with me today. Betty, who you've met before, has brought along her friend Margaret. All right, Margaret?
Yes, thank you.
Nice smile. I tell you what, look at the costume. What a pair of Bobby Dazzlers these girls are. Absolutely marvellous. Now, on the dealer's day, you brought along a very interesting and highly decorative item. When you came through the door, I thought, oh, I like the look of that. I thought a solid silver wine cooler. Well, it wasn't solid silver, it was silver plate. It's coming up now. Let's see what it makes. You turn down £550. The reserve is £700. Is he going to make it? Let's find out.
500 I'm bid 5, 500, 520, 550, 580. 600,
600, 620,
680, 700,
700. It's past the reserve.
780, 800. At £800, I'm bid at 800. All done and sold at 800. Goes at 800.
£800.
Brilliant.
£800, we've got some commission to take off.
Yeah.
I make that £680. Now, Betty, what's your first reaction?
That's great.
Happy?
Yes, thank you.
What about your friend Margaret?
Very happy. Yes.
Are you thinking what I'm thinking? The girls will be out on the town tonight with 680 quid in their purse. They are going to have a great night tonight. OK. On the day, a nice result here. The Walker and Hall plated, silver-plated wine cooler made a real deal of a take-home of £680. Fantastic.
25, 25, sold.
What a great result. I do hope the girls get to celebrate in style. Now, have our dealers anything to celebrate, I wonder?
Posh.
No.
As you use a silver teapot.
John's religious plaque remains unsold.
How it came to end up in Birmingham is a bit of a mystery.
Cheryl's Beswick lines and the pair of Custodians also remain unsold. Oh dear.
What did you pay for them at the jumble sale?
10p.
Alison's getting the handcuffs restored.
Well, they normally come with pink fluffy bits on.
And the brooch she bought remains, surprise, surprise, unsold. In fact, the only dealer who sold something today is Tim.
£300. What do you think, Glenn?
Who netted a £45 profit from the teapot.
It's been a great day here in the sale room. There's been lots of action, there's been lots of bidding and lots of buying. Betty's wine cooler made 800 quid, a great price. She took home £680. That really was the real deal. Don't forget to join me, David Dickinson, next time for Dickinson's Real Deal. Don't be late.